What's going on YouTube? This is the Dark Lord Destro. Made another video. This is something that I've been thinking about for the past few days, and I don't know why because I never had an interest in doing this, but I'm thinking about doing some NFL rosters for offline purposes. And the reason why is because I was talking to Big Play Killer last night. He called me out of the blue randomly. I haven't spoken to him in over a year, probably a year and a half, and we was talking about owning stocks and companies like 2K, EA Sports, what have you. But before we got on the phone, he asked me if I had any rosters for him to play. And the reason why is because where he lives at now, the internet connection is not that good. And so he wanted to have some NFL rosters to play on All Pro to where he'd be able to play offline against other NFL teams. I said, I'll see what I can do. Now, I went on a particular website. I will not tell you what website I went to, but just to let you know, I went to a website and I downloaded some rosters. And I played these two rosters. And I'm sorry, one roster, excuse me. And I was highly upset. Well, I won't say highly upset. I was disappointed. To me, it seemed like there was no attempt on making the NFL uniforms look as close to the NFL as possible. Now I understand that the game has limitations. You can make the teams look exactly identical to what they look in the NFL, but you do the best you can. And if you're not good at something like that, then you need to leave it to someone else, like myself, like Dr. Sim 80, who know how to create NFL uniforms, and you do the rest. But it wasn't just the uniforms. I'm looking at guys who are rated incorrectly. I was not impressed with what they had to offer, and I understand creating rosters, especially up to date rosters, because you can't just. It's not like when I do a year team, I have YouTube videos, I have various references to where I can always go back and look. And then once I update the roster, I don't worry about updating again because it's it's older team. Therefore, it's a historical team. So I don't worry about having to go in there and change things. But when it comes to the current season, you have to stay on top of it. And this person, you can tell they didn't stay on top of it. And also, I just saw guys that are rated correctly. I saw guys that were gold that shouldn't be golds. I mean, everyone has their own little standard. For me, the standard I got was from World E 419 and Coach P 419. Is basically, if you're a gold, you're first team All Pro. Silver, Pro Bowler. Bronze, you pretty much, you're somewhere in between a good player and a role player. So I kind of I judge it by the previous season stats, and then if you're like I said, if you're a Pro Bowl or a first team All Pro the year before, and then I will hex accordingly. I'll either use a little bit of Madden, I'll use other people's websites, I'll use various other websites, Pro Football Reference, to basically determine your attributes. I go by commentary. If there's any game film from up to date or from the game before, I will use that. But to me, when you decide to create NFL rosters, you have to understand that your reputation is on the line. Just my opinion. However, that's how I feel. And to put out the BS that I saw last night was just thoroughly ridiculous. The Redskins, I saw them had all burgundy socks and the stripes. Now, the Redskins stripes are not in the game. Their socks are not in the game. So you have to do the best you can. But what I saw was just thoroughly ridiculous. It wasn't up to standard. To me, to this day, I don't see how you mess up a Raiders uniform. The Raiders uniform is probably the easiest uniform that you can create. And yet, that wasn't correct. The super color white. For some reason, people are obsessed with the super white. In my opinion, the only team that you should create using that super white color are the Miami Dolphins. Everybody else uses regular white. and that just blows my mind. And as you can see, these are the 2005 Washington Redskins, and they're wearing all white because the last 5 games of this season, and that particular year, they decided to wear all white. I think they had 3 home games and 2 away, or vice versa. I can't recall. They were 5-6. They went 10-6, and they wore those all white at home and away. And they also wore it in the playoffs against the Buccaneers and against Seattle in that year. And as you look, I feel that I'm pretty much spot on when it comes to the uniforms. Do the best you can. I'm not saying that it's got to be exact because you got to work within the parameters of the game. However, look at my stuff compared to if I was give you that roster and you like, damn, this is a hot mess, Destro. How dare you give this to me? And I'll tell you, look, it's not my work. So I know that if I decide to do the offline thing, which I've never been a proponent of doing offline thing because I always felt a waste of time. I always preferred online. That's where all of my teams I create, specific historical year teams, they're always you can use them online. But the temptation is there. I don't really have much time. I could probably make time between what's going on with my, YouTube channel, what's going on with real life, my job, and also I see myself being potentially busy with the SFL. And so the question has to be, do I have the time to devote into creating realistic rosters? Now I'm waiting for Neff1 to create one, but I don't. I need to get a hold of him to see if he's got something in store. He may not because I think his focus is primarily on Madden, which is okay. And so if I were to do these rosters, I need to make sure that it's in tip-top shape and pristine order because my reputation is on the line. Anything you do in life, if it's rosters, if it's doing a job for someone, either plumbing or painting a picture, detailing a car, what have you. You always want to put your best foot forward. You want to make sure that stuff is on point because, you put some crap out there and people like myself will let you know about it and we'll call you out on it. So, that's about it. Anything else I'll just be rambling on. Leaving questions, comments, or anything. Talk to you later. Peace.